Hello. This is Nicholas Shephard from the Shephard Family Enterprise LLC, Business Administration and Information Systems Consultants. And what I'm here to do today is I'm going back over some things. I've been off for a little bit, so I've been trying to take care of some other pressing issues concerning things going on in my family. But here nor there, we want to get back into what I was originally supposed to be doing. Working on my project management database system, PMDS, operation management system, OMS, and basically what I'm going to be doing is going off into um, my document, okay, and what I was doing. Okay, now I'm gonna might go back and kind of pan through my video, um, which I was working on, but I don't think that's very necessary at this particular time. But um, we're going to see. Okay, so go ahead and go back into my document, and the situation is with this. Um, the last time we was talking about this, was trying to gather information pertaining to my project managed database as far as locking a record and figuring out, okay, when we should update that record and what tables need to be impacted. Okay, so once the record is locked, we go through further negotiations with customers. I didn't make the checkout sheet yet, like I said, because I was engaged in other things. Um, but I'm quite sure there's already the format is already in the application already, so I don't have to really do anything. But the checkout sheet can be either something that is department structured, pertaining who's actually impacting the customer's view of what's going on, or the department's view of what's going on. Um, I was going to make something put out in the database, but I don't want this to be too too complicated. Okay, because I've been working on this for a long time. Only thing I want to do is lock down a customer, um, generate a good uh, uh, um, generate a good ideal of what the customer wants, price it, do some factoring on it, be able to say, move some prices around, anything like that based on previous jobs that we have been working on, and it may be related to those prices, and see we can make some adjustments, and then we lock down that price, and then we'll push that back out to the customer for review, and we may have to do a little discounting and this and that, but we don't want to discount the record too far, because that'll take away from our bottom line, because we don't want to get too far into our profits. Okay, because like I said, we need to do a lot of the things as far as funding, everything that we do, um, it, because the only investors we have at this particular time are you, the customers, and our viewers. Okay, so I really would like our customers to and our viewers to um, go out there and make your little investments. Okay, I should have had my document out here so that you can really can do this. So um, I should always have this up so that whenever I'm working with you all, you can pretty much look at what I'm doing and say, okay, well, this is what's happening at this particular time. So let us get on board with it. So I'm just trying to locate the document and then push it over. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this right now until I find it, and I'm gonna come back on. Okay, here we got it. Here we are here. And what I'm doing here is I was basically publicizing and trying to stress out what I'm trying to do in our current year and future endeavors. You can actually go out to my business website here, and you can see here. I make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. It's https ://www.shephardfamilyenterprise.com. We go to the business blog site at https://www.taptalk.com /groups/Shepherd Family okay. And with this, I would love to see majority of those who are working with us to either donate to our efforts so that we can continue to do our training sessions, and all these things that we're doing is basically to help us keep our business website up and our program in full swing of things. Okay, so what I'm actually to do right now is to take out your phones or whatever device you have to scan these two QR codes. One is PayPal, one is Cash App, and make a modest contribution, okay, so that we can continue to get this information out to our new users and current users. And if you have anything that you would like to add or you want us to gather and talk about in scenarios, just let us know. You can contact us at our business website, okay, or you can go out and you can contact us on our business mailing, okay, which all you got to do is just, once you get out to our application, all you need to do is find out exactly what you want, send us an email, and or put it out on our through our business website or our business blog site, and then we'll get back with you as soon as we can. Okay. All right. So that is it for this part. Okay. And what we're going to do now, we're going to get off into our subject matter, and our subject matter is basically working with our customers' profiles. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, okay, we are trying to list a couple of things. All right. One of the things we're trying to list is the fact that we want to go into our negotiations. Okay. So we got contract negotiations, and we're going to say financial. Okay. Because that's the first thing we need to do, right? Okay. First thing we do administrative. Okay. Okay, we go administrative negotiations. All right. And then we, after administrative negotiations, we will go into our customer client negotiations agreement, right? Customer slash client. Come on. Client. Okay. All right. And first we go to administrative. Then this is just initial contact. Either we contact with them try to gather or try to come up with some type of rapport with our clients, to figure out exactly what their needs are, if they have any needs, and the customer client negotiations. Basically, if we can get them out some information so that if they do come up with some type of processes that they need assistance on or with, we can actually work with them and get them the applicable personnel out there, and we can discuss exactly what we can do for them. Then we have the okay, we have the customer. Then we have the customer client. I think I said that's client. So I spelled that wrong. I don't know why it didn't correct me. Client. That's better, right? We'll see. It didn't correct me. Let's see. Yes, I think that's how you spell it. I'll make sure I spelled that right. I'll be like an idiot out here on the internet. Okay, I did spell it wrong. I got my vowels twisted around. Alright, okay. That was just the first one, right? ENT. Okay, I had it right the first time. Okay. That's just these right here, just messed around. Customer client. So you got a customer client. Let's say financial standing. And this is basically going to be based on accounts, right? All right, that's basically be accounts. All right, so and this is basically like the customer client financial standing is basically going into more of a budget. What is that current? What is that current client budget? And administrative negotiations is basically it could be outsourcing clients or consultants or contract workers out to the client site, and recruiting those clients or those customers to make sure that those customers are able to, or those contractors able to fit the needs of the client. Okay, and so we have administrative negotiations, customer client negotiations, customer client financial standing accounts, and contract negotiations. Contract negotiations, and we can say, and let's say mandates. Okay, if that's a word we want to use, it's a contract negotiations. And because we and first of all, let me go make sure. I say I don't want to make myself like a total idiot. Come on now. Okay, so we're gonna look at this right here. Make sure I do this right. An official order or commission to do something. Okay, so that was right. Okay, and mandates. Come on. Okay, mandates. Make sure I spell that right. Mandates. Okay, the authority to carry out policy, course of action required given by to a candidate or party. Okay, so controversial mandates, um, and then financial standing, client financial standing, and how we're going to go about getting those things done. Okay, and that's just the beginning. All right, so let's say this. So now the first thing I want to do is figure out what I've been working on. Basically, is how I'm going to lock down this record. Okay, because this is a test record. Number one, okay, this is not no one's information. We'll add a lot of information into this particular project. But what it is that before we give this person a customer number, we want to make sure that all the things that the customer is required to look into, okay, before they utilize our service. What is it that we can do for them? Okay, we want to find out what can we do for them, and how can um, we can utilize whatever service we have at a later date. Okay, so that's what we need to be looking at. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at, and we want to make sure the things that we pull in to this whole scenario, okay, reflects the customer's needs. Okay, so some of these things may become more detailed in its characteristics and things like that, but right now we want to make sure that the basis of what we're trying to do is intact. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is do my line spacing. Before 18, this is okay, go ahead, that'd be good. Okay, and what I'm gonna do basically, like I say, I'm going to start putting in certain regulations in this, and then I'm gonna copy this and put it into a formal document as a desktop process. And then once that is done, then we will be able to document exactly where we want to see ourselves with this customer within a limited amount of time. So you don't want to be negotiating over weeks. We need to research exactly what the customer's needs are, and then go out to those customers and see if we can negotiate some type of budget that they may be willing to utilize. Okay, or we want the customer to call us. All right, because we need to publicize the fact that we have these different skill sets, and we would like to utilize the customer, utilize our services. Okay, we'd like the customer to utilize our services. Okay, so that's the first thing. All right, so and what I'm doing now is trying to make sure, once we get this document up and running, okay, with this project up and running, okay, we want to make sure we get everything together. Okay, of course, we're going to always be doing updates. I worked at major companies, and we was always doing quick fixes to the databases and the website. So, like, where they had the budget to do it, there was always creating new facets of their website to make sure that everything that a customer needs or anything they think is there and is intact. And I'm quite sure as soon as I do this, and I get the budget to launch my site using AI will probably change the whole dynamics of my database. I know it's going to cost a lot of money for that to happen, because what happened is going to go in and, based on what we're doing, create an atmosphere where that we can get things moving along. But I have to have something in place first. I have to have a general idea of the direction I want to go. So as I start talking into the system what I want and how I want it, start refabricating my database so that it's usable. Okay, all right, and but this whole process here is to get us thinking, what we want on administrative level, not on that on a technological level, how we want things to be done. Okay. Now, like I said, if you go into my business website, not my business website, but if you go into my business blog site, excuse me, I keep saying my business blog site. If you go into my playlist and you go into my project management database system, I changed all this around because I wanted to see added. We'll go here. Okay, I'm going to change that all that after that, so I'm going to go here to go to my channel. Let me close this, stop, pause this right quick, and then fix it. Okay, so basically what I was trying to do was I was trying to determine some things, okay, based on a couple of factors, okay. Under my domain name, I have domain emails that I have to make sure that they're properly financed, so that I can make sure that if you send us an email, I maybe supply you with the email that's necessary, but you can send it into Shephard Family Enterprise LLC at shephardfinanceenterprise.com, okay, and it'll get to us, and then I'll forward that email to the proper area, okay, that's responsible for getting back in contact with you, instead of me just putting you in the loops, okay. Or I can just deal with you directly and then get back with you and stuff like that, or I'll assign someone to work with you, okay, that's qualified to service you. Okay, so what I was initially talking about, okay, these are the different steps, okay. Of course, there are going to be other steps that I'm going to have to put into place, but this right here, are the main things, okay. Administrative negotiations, I could say actions, which I'm going to do, actions, customer client negotiations, or I can say reviews, review and negotiations, client review, say / negotiations, reviews, like going over what the client needs and see if we can go into negotiation, and customer client financial standings, and and commitments, okay, and I can put / commitments, all right. All right, and that's only done with accounts, okay. Accounts payable. Oh, come on now. Okay, that's accounts payables, okay. So this is accounts payables, but this right here, we'll do that for. Okay, I can get rid of this one. So I need for this. Okay, so accounts payables, all right. Financial standing, commitments, account payables, all right. All right, so that is basically where we're at right now. Okay, so what we would like to do is, like I said, going back to my form, looking at this, what I want to do is make sure that this record is locked down. Like I was previously explaining, that there's a lot of different factors in this. We can either create a document, or we can create some type of behind the scene check off, depending on what's selected, so that the customer can actually get back. And each department, has the flexibility. They come up with their own way of systematically keeping a track of what they're doing. Okay, but I want a lot of the things, administrative processes, to be documented and checked off inside the system, so we can review exactly what's going on day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. So we have a auditing um, what to look for reference that we can use to go back and do our audits. Okay, to find out if something was did well, we can use those indicators to improve our process. Or things that went bad, we can figure out why did they go bad and try to make sure that never happens again. Okay, so this is the reason why it's taking so long. Because what I'm doing right now, I'm determining how I should go, initiate this next process, because I don't want to be creating unnecessary forms, which is really, it's a point where you need to stop putting information inside of the database and start communicating information with the people that need to be talked to. Okay, and from that, we can create a process where we can actually put in information based on the clients we're working on, which I had previously went into discussion with you on, like a couple of months ago or several months ago, where as we pick our clients, we pick the person that's going to actually be working on the projects. It cross-references, do we have the budget? How long this person will be on that particular project, things like that. Now, those different indicators are in place, but they're not tightly knitted into a process where it will let us know whether or not that particular employee or consultant is being overwhelmed with something that they're not capable of working on. Okay, so we got to make sure we adjust everything based on the individual um, um, personnel or employee has the ability to complete within a period of time. Because we don't want, like I said, we don't want to put too much pressure on them to make them say, "Listen, I can't do this," and then now we got to find someone else to be able to replace that consultant or that contractor, so that the job can be done, which will cause frustrations on the client um, side. All right, and we don't want that to happen, even though it happens a lot. Okay, in the consulting business, we've been in a situation where we was working with clients, and what wound up happening is that it wasn't that we were taking too long; it was that we had to constantly update their process, because of the fact that we was noticing that the things that they were doing, it was just too much, right? It was too much for the client to really handle. So what we wound up having to do, we had to basically bring in more people, all right, which we had to bear the cost, and bear the burden of that whole uh, subsidized process, okay, that we had to include in this whole managing thing, okay. So that's some of the things you don't want to have to go into. All these things have to be prepared and and be looked at before the initial project starts. So you already want to have things already in place, and you want people that you may have to call on at any particular time. You want to give them advance notice. Say, listen, okay, well, we get to a point we may need you, okay, and it may not be a long time. Okay, it may be like you might need them for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, to 4 weeks, but you want to be able to compensate them for their time. Okay, if they're going to be doing something, and what is the time frame they can actually work with you. Because see, some clients or certain consultants or contractors, maybe you're already on a job, right? But they may have some time space that they can come in and work with you. Now, sometimes they have a lot of client uh, company agreements, okay, where that if the client or the contractors working with a particular company, they're not allowed to work with any other business entities outside of the current contract, okay, because it causes a conflict, right? Now, contractors will do this, but they do it under the table and they take money under the table to help these other clients. I'm not saying you should do that. That's a no-no, but it's known that contractors do it. Okay, and like I said, they may do it after hours or anything like that. Work on this, small projects. Okay, and they might not, maybe a long-term project. They just do it on their own time. And then they pay them for it. Okay, for doing it. All right, but the thing is not letting it get involved into your current contract. Okay, that's your money maker. All right. Okay, so that's where I am right now. I just want to let you know where I am. And again, as we, get into further sessions, okay, and I start getting more refined in what I'm doing, I will create another video and present it back to you and let you know exactly what's going on because there's other areas of our uh, process, process I want to make videos about. I have other areas of acknowledgments I want to get into other than my project manager database. I have a state of awareness and also have some other series that I'm working on, and I have to create videos for to keep um, our listeners and our viewers in tune to what we are doing, okay, at a base level, okay, so everyone can have a medium that we all get together and talk to each other, and then go back to our business blog site and discuss anything on a private level, and it may not have to be on this platform here, but we can actually go and do, webcam, and just a team meeting or whatever it is, do just Skype or Zoom, and then we all get together and we can have a discussion, okay, what we need to do, okay. Again, like I explained to you in the previous session, um, I would like for you to make a small contribution. Again, I want you to go out and I would really appreciate if you go out and scan these QR codes here, and let us know exactly what you're capable of doing. Um, I don't want this to be drawn out process or anything like that. I just want it to be something that we all could benefit from. I don't want to be to a point where um, is causing you any type of financial burden. But I do like to know if you can just make a contribution to our efforts so that we can continue to get this information out there to you. Okay, so go ahead, get your phones, and I would like for you to go ahead and just scan your contributions into the PayPal or our Cash App so that we can continue to connect with customers and get more information to make you better prepared to work with clients. Okay.